Today is Saturday, April 18th, 2026, and today is National Animal Crackers Day, which feels like one of those snacks that somehow exists somewhere between a cookie and a cracker, and no one's really questioned it. Welcome to Wait, That's Random, This Day in History. I'm your host, C.L. Burns, voice actor, audiobook narrator, and your guide through the odd and unexpected corners of history. Let's dive in. On this date in 1775, Paul Revere set out on a ride that would become one of the most well-known moments in early American history. The purpose was simple: to warn that the British forces were moving. But the way it happened wasn't as clean as the version most people remember. It wasn't one rider. It wasn't one signal. It was part of a larger network. Multiple people moving, passing information, making sure the message spread. Because the goal wasn't just to warn. It was to make sure that the warning reached enough people to matter. And in moments like that, speed matters. But so does connection. Because information only works if it actually gets where it needs to go. And sometimes, even when everything is built to stand, it doesn't hold. On April 18th, 1906, a massive earthquake struck San Francisco. Buildings collapsed. Streets split, and fires broke out across the city. What makes this event stand out isn't just the earthquake itself, it's what followed. The fires spread for days. Water lines were damaged. Efforts to control the damage were limited, and much of the destruction came after the initial shock. It's one of those moments where the event isn't just the cause. It's everything that comes after it. Because sometimes the impact isn't the first moment. It's how everything reacts to it. And sometimes instead of reacting to a moment, people build something meant to last. On this date in 1923, Yankee Stadium opened in New York City. At the time, it was one of the largest and most ambitious stadiums ever built. It wasn't just about hosting games. It was about creating a place people would come to, over and over again. And that kind of place does something different. It becomes familiar. Recognizable, part of a routine. And over time, it becomes more than just a structure. It becomes something people attach meaning to. Not because of the building itself, but because of what happens inside it. And while some moments are built around places or events, others are built around how people communicate and connect. Which brings us to a birthday. Conan O'Brien was born on April 18, 1963. He became known for a style of humor that leaned into awkwardness, timing, and unpredictability. Instead of trying to smooth things out, he often did the opposite. And that made it work. Because sometimes what connects with people isn't perfection. It's something that feels real, even if it's a little off. It's interesting how these moments don't look connected at first, but kind of are. A message spreads because enough people carry it. A city reacts to something it couldn't stop. And places become meaningful because people return to it. It raises a question about how much impact comes from the moment itself, and how much comes from what happens after. Anyway, those are a few of the things that stood out as I made my way through April 18th. Stop by tomorrow and we'll see what the next date decides to bring. If you'd like to hear more of my work or explore the books and projects I've been a part of, you can find it all at waitthat'srandom.com. I'm C.L. Burns, and I appreciate you stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow.